So let me show you what I've done, what we call Blender. We do a lot of stuff in Blender and course building, not just building buildings, but also a lot of stuff you'll see later on. But for this one, let me remind you what I'm doing here, which is let me go back to my photos. I'm trying to build this, but this is the first building I'm attempting at this point, which is this historic factory, which is off one of the holes. Another thing I do is getting imagery obviously helps me with the coloring. I can see this building looks a little worn, it's stained, there's some rust on here, some colors, but I also use Google Earth. Here's the building, Google Earth, and there's tools in here. I take measurements of the walls to get it close to the exact size. It doesn't need to be exact because I can scale it later on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. I'll have to see whether this electrical area is seen. Here's the mansion over here. You can see this is one of the holes. You come through this green right here and you look down and you see this factory. This is the par 3. This is the Milton Hershey building if you've watched the other videos. Um, Over here, Milton Hershey Mansion. I haven't looked at the country club quite yet. But let me show you what I've done so far in Blender. So you can see this is the building. I haven't added any coloring or texturing. What I'm doing right now is building out the meshes themselves, and then I'll add color later on. But to give you an appreciation for exactly how much detail I had to put into this, let me go into one of these sections. Let me tab out of here. This section here, I'm going to tab in, and you can see now, you can't see it now because I don't have any coloring, but you can see the amount of detail that I have to put into generating this. Now there's certain ways you can automate this, but I'll have to go back to the picture. I wanted to get these, this white bordering, the staining here, the rusty vents across the top, which I'll add, the smokestack. I haven't even added the huge Hershey smokestacks yet. I'm trying to decide the best way to approach that. But you can see here the detail, and then if I switch to this other section, you can see there's a lot of detail here, which is hard to see until I add some coloring. But I'm a good 2-3 hours into this now, just to give you an idea. Let me just switch back to the photo so you can get an idea of, I'm looking at all this stuff in here, and then I still have to create windows. That's what I'm going to try to do today, I hope, but they're going to be difficult.